Welcome to the road to 1 million US dollars, and let's get right into the Bitcoin chart for today. We're going to start on the immediate short term for Bitcoin, move on to higher and higher time frames. And as always, guys, nothing in this video is my personal opinion. I'm only sharing the unbiased technical analysis and nothing more. So I will get to this bullish trading pattern in just a second. But first, I want to show you this warning signal that I talked about in yesterday's video, which is this bearish divergence. I already talked about this when we were actually trading below this area of resistance, saying that this is something to look out for, because right here we have higher highs in the Bitcoin price and lower highs in the RSI momentum indicator. Typically, this points towards us getting a break from all of this bullish price action we saw here recently, either in the form of some choppy sideways price action or potentially even some bearish momentum. For now, we are basically just seeing some choppy sideways price action, and the key level of support to look out for is this 92,000 US dollar level. If we actually start breaking down below this, that would actually be a warning signal in the short term, so look out for that. However, notice how currently we are consolidating after a massive pump to the upside here. And this trading pattern is actually what you call a bullish pennant, meaning that if we are now going to break out above this descending line of resistance, currently sitting at 93.4K, then this would actually set up a price target all the way at 95.2K. Like I said, the point of invalidation is if we break down below 92K, then this whole trading pattern would no longer be relevant. And of course, this price target is also not active so long as we are trading below this descending trend line. Now, this is actually the same chart, but without all the lines that I had on top, because I quickly want to show you guys what you need to look out for when you're looking at a bullish pennant breakout. First of all, the flagpole that you have right here should have high volume as you're getting this pump to the upside. Then while we are in this consolidation here, you actually want to see that decreasing volume, because this is one of the hallmarks of a bullish pennant pattern. However, in this potential upcoming breakout here, you also want to see an increasing amount of volume once again. That will give some extra confirmation that this is indeed a bullish pennant pattern, and that the price target at around 95.2K is indeed correct. As with any breakout, if we are getting the break above this area of resistance and then falling back down below, that is already a full-on invalidation of this whole pattern, so watch out for that. Make sure to manage your risk. Of course, nothing I say in this video is financial advice, but I'm simply sharing what I'm seeing in the charts, and you can do with that information what you like. Moving on to this 4-hour time frame then, notice how we are still trading above this descending trend line, this longer term, at least for the 4-hour time frame, bearish trend that we were in, so nothing much has actually changed here. Currently, I'm also not seeing any clear bearish divergence or something showing up, because a clear high has not formed here. So that is also not something that I'm seeing in the charts at the moment. Therefore, I'm just going to move on to this 1-day time frame, because things are getting very interesting here. Notice how right now we are actually trading above this area of resistance, which is sitting from 90,000 all the way up to 92K. If we are now getting candle closes above 92K, the next level of resistance above is already sitting from around 95 all the way up to 96K. Something else that is noteworthy here is this long-term descending trend line. And if we are breaking this descending trend line, that would be one of the bullish confirmation signals of a potential full-on reversal coming here for Bitcoin. So for now, this actually remains. I'm still bearish biased until we actually break above 106K in the Bitcoin price. But that is only, of course, on this higher time frame. On the lower time frames, I am, of course, taking advantage of the short-term bullish momentum that we're seeing. And simply just by trading the lower time frames, I can take advantage of these short-term pumps and short-term dumps by taking long and short positions. So moving on to the Bitcoin ETF flow tables, yesterday we saw a net inflow of about $60 million in a single day of trading. If you're newer to the channel and looking at this ETF flow table data, you may think that this is very bullish, but guys, we have seen massive outflows from these ETFs. So while it is a good thing that we are not getting massive outflows every single day, I also don't get too excited when I see inflows of less less than $100 million in a single day of trading, because this is having basically no effect on the Bitcoin price. So that's why we are just going to move on to this Bitcoin liquidation heat map. In the case that you don't know, typically the Bitcoin price gets attracted to where there's the most liquidity on this chart. Right now, there's liquidity to the upside and to the downside. For example, there is a bunch of liquidity around this 90K level, but before it makes sense to be looking at this 90K level, for example, it makes sense to first look for some kind of invalidation of that potentially bullish setup. Apart from that, we also have liquidity to the upside as high as around 94.7K. Zooming out to the 1 year time frame, most of the liquidity is once again to the upside around the previous all-time highs. However, as I've said on the channel over and over again, and yes, even now that we are seeing some short-term bullish momentum, it still does not make sense to be targeting liquidity at these all-time highs so long as we are in a technical downtrend. And I will keep repeating this, even if we are doing literally something like this. I will keep repeating this until we actually get a bullish structure for Bitcoin once again. Okay, so moving on to the 3-day time frame then. Once again, we do have that 90K level of liquidity, so beware if you see an invalidation of that bullish setup. So to summarize this video here, of course, we saw a massive pump to the upside, which actually slowed down and started consolidating a little bit from this bearish divergence, confirming here the point of invalidation for the bearish divergence overall is if we are creating new highs in the Bitcoin price, and this would also confirm a price target of about 95.2K from this bullish pennant trading pattern. Now in the video, of course, I told you everything about the invalidations and everything like that for this pattern, for this bearish divergence, and overall warning signals if we would actually break down below 92K. So this has been today's market update. If you want to get started with trading Bitcoin, I highly recommend you check out some of the links in the video description. For example, I have a free trading course where I teach you all the basics of technical analysis completely for free, but I also have a couple links to crypto exchanges that I personally trade on as well. And by registering with the links in the video description, you can actually get a massive trading fee discount to help you save some money on trading fees. But on top of that, you can also claim massive trading bonuses simply by depositing and trading on the exchange you chose. Besides that, I also have complete tutorials for each exchange that I've linked in the description right here, so I highly recommend you go check it out based on which area you are actually located, and if you want to KYC or not, meaning that you need to verify your ID or not, right? So there's a couple different things to look at here, but either way, if you do end up checking it out or not, thank you very much for watching once again, and I will see you tomorrow in the next one.